Alright, I think we're in record mode now. Let's just make sure. Yep. Alright. Alright, sounds good. Alright, here we're going to talk about um, the, I guess, what makes our server a little bit different than other servers that people have. We're going to just talk about like the mods that we have on the server and how they affect you as a player. I'm going to go over each one in detail, um, so you'll have some questions about it. I may not answer everything, but we'll go over it. So first off, we have our Structures Plus mod. It allows you to have different shapes, and most notably triangle shapes, allowing you to build with them. It allows you to also switch between, your ramps, between ramp mode and stair mode for those who want to have more aesthetically pleasing bases. The doors have an automatic open function. When you walk toward them, they open. When you walk away, they close. This can also be switched back to manual or an auto close only, or have a close delay function. You can also pick up any of these S plus structures. Just let it kind of time out, and you can do that and pick it up. Um, so S plus is really like a quality of life for us as a server. We like to have our options for building, and we placed our thing wrong. We want to make sure we can pick it back up and not feel like we're wasting time. This is also good because not a whole lot of us have all of the time in the world for official servers, so we play on an unofficial server. One thing that ARK has added recently that you will notice is all of these tech dinos. And I'll come back to these later, but these are available for purchase through another mod that we have. We are running the TC Auto Rewards mod, and it allows us to come in here to our nice little crafting area. You can get this engram by going down to level 5. And this is what it's going to take to build it. It doesn't take anything refined to make this thing. Some people are saying, well, it's a metal structure, it's a vault type thing. Don't get confused. You can't take anything in your inventory and put it into this as storage. It only can be taken out. And it's got a very limited space on our servers. Instead of this 300 slot, it's down to like, what, 20 or so? But the reward menu allows you to go in here and select between reward packs that are set up by, me, as the administrator for the server. These are done with feedback of players, such as yourself, to make better mods, decisions, and balance on the maps. So each time you want to let me start over for a second. So each time you go, log into the game and you want to play, you got this reward. So like every day you come back, you'll get an ARC. These things down here. They're an auto reward credit. We've set it up so where each time or each hour you play, you also get more. You can get more from alpha predators and bosses. Now, remind you, all alpha predators have different drop tables for different things. Like sometimes they have special loot chances of less than 100%, so sometimes you won't get it. Most notably on Rexes, Reapers, Karkinos, and Basilisks that are all alphas. Those are the only ones that have not had 100% chance, and possibly the Wyverns. Other than that, you can find ARKs and redeem stuff. You can trade with other players for stuff to get ARKs so you can buy more of these items. I'm going to go through each one and we'll see how they are. So you can also withdraw them here. Withdrawing ARKs allows you to trade these ARK bars between players. So if I wanted to purchase them, I'm going to come in here and go purchase. I come in each time and I want to take out 10. So now I've got 30 ARK bars here. A lot of these things come into our inventory, and we can consume them here. And each time we consume one, we can even hold it down, and it will allow us to come back to where our available ARKs are again. We haven't spent any ARKs. Granted, this ARK number is for testing purposes, and if you have this much, good for you. You're probably going to crush the ARK. Next up, we have a resource boost. It costs 5 and can be done, if you notice down below here, 24-hour cooldown, once a day. You can pick between these things, so you don't have to say, well, I don't want 25 of this, I'm going to take 25 off. It's going to update our current quantity, and I say, oh, well, I don't want any of those or those, but I wanted 100 crystals. Because I haven't found crystals yet, I want to spend and get 100 crystals. I'm going to purchase this. Now, if I come back here, I can't purchase this again for 24 hours, but I have 100 crystals. Cool. Do it every day, you log in. Granted, if you spent 1 day and 4 hours on the server, you can get a resource boost, or 5 days worth of time that you've not played on the server. So if you've got family stuff that shows up, or life things that hit you, come back in a few days, go grab a resource boost, get going again. You can even grab organic polymer. It's enough to craft yourself a good ghillie suit. You can wander around the island. Granted, it's probably cheaper to do the organic polymer and build the ghillie suit than actually going in and actually buying the ghillie suit that we'll have set up. There are a few more options that are not on this list that will make it into the servers, but this is what our base is what it's looking like. You can come buy health packs. You can choose between blood packs or medical brews. Again, updating your current quantity up to 5. You can get energy brew. This one is a hard set limit. You just get 5 as is. There's a starter kit. This is a one-time buy per character. So if you built this and you say, well, I need an extra thing to get me going again, or I don't want to build, I just need an extra stone hatchet, pick, stone arrow, and a bow. Grab it, go. You're good. An exotic food pack. You can pick one of these foods for 5 of your ARKs. You buy an XP pack. You eat this or give it to a dino, it gives them XP for a short amount of time. It's like a little bonus, 2 times XP type thing. Except for this one, I think is at 10%, unless you give it to a non-rideable dino, and then it's 30 times, or not 30 times, 3 times XP. 300% more. Next up, we have an Ascendant Guns list. We've made this available due to if you wanted to spend a lot of time and look forward to something, and you've been finding drops, but you haven't found exactly what you're looking for, this is where you can actually buy something to help you do boss fights or hit a player with. Go into here, and for a costly 1,000 ARKs, you can buy yourself an Ascendant gun. It includes harpoon launchers for underwater, sniper rifles, flamethrowers, you name it. Next up, we have grappling hooks, and this is the whole ammo line. We have different kinds of ammo between grappling hooks, zip lines, trank harpoons, metal arrows, handgun ammo, simple bullets, shock tranks, darts, tranks. I mean, if you suddenly find yourself wanting to tame a dino, but you don't have any tranks, but you have some ARKs to want to spend, go in, buy yourself some tranks. Go tame a dino. You could even go into here and buy some regular ammo for going. It's like, I want to get an extra 100 bullets to go take something out quickly, or the sniper rifle. Next, or you have to put some bullets into a turret. Your turret ran out, and you need it really quickly to put it back. Well, there you go. Got some cool ammo. It's like this is like a shop. Think of it as a shop where you can just get stuff. These things don't have a cooldown on the ammo. The exotic food pack doesn't have a cooldown. The XP pack does not have a cooldown. The guns, it's costly, doesn't have a cooldown. There are very few things that have a cooldown, but and then more things that do have a cooldown is these dinos. You can buy yourself a tech-related dino. These things end up spawning at level 98 because they're 65 plus the tech bonus. You get a near 100 level dino on all of the 65s. Now the 110s, then you add the Parasaur, come out as 165. So they're slightly less than what you would find in the wild without a bonus. Without the perfect tame bonus on them and all. And so you got Raptors, Rexes, Quetzals. Quetzals were just added today, and you can see that the prices go up higher and higher, and they have a cooldown. So if I wanted to come in here and buy myself a Raptor, it's got a 24-hour cooldown, I can purchase him. Can't purchase him again for 24 hours. Next thing, I can come in here, and this is what it's going to look like. You have 30 minutes to spawn your perfect tamed 110 tech Raptor. I can come put him down my bar. I can take him outside, and I can just press my button. It's going to say, name your tech Raptor. I'm going to just name him, whatever he is, and see that he's got cool colors, and you can even get different color variations. It's all random. And then I can come in here and notice that, he's still level upable. This, not real. This is testing purpose XP. Single player. Now, these are real dinos that you can ride around, and they're not just there as like a cosmetic version. They're a boosted version of that kind of dino. And these are what they each look like. The Parasaur, the Stego, the Quetzal, the Raptor, and the Rex. Now, we also have another mod, which is a backpack. Our backpack mods allow you to increase your current weight capacity by a percentage. This first one does a 20% increase and costs low amount of pelt, hair, or wool with some hide and fiber. Now each one is going to be that much, with polymer being added later for these other two backpacks. A small backpack is worth doing, and it's not going to weigh you down. It doesn't weigh anything. It increases your weight limit. It's low durability and has like an armor for it, but they break like paper. It does add a little armor to your back in case you get shot with a bullet, but the armor does not go up as the packs go up. And it gives you a little bit of cold protection. Good. So backpacks have been a very popular thing on the server, and I feel like they fit very well into how we operate on our server. The last thing I want to talk about, I probably won't show you this very much because I don't have necessarily the time for a boss fight, but you can take any of these dinos into a boss fight, and you can get platform saddles into boss fights. You can have, I think, anything up to even a Titanosaur in a boss fight. This is more like freedom of ease of access. You can use stuff to fight the bosses. Granted, the bosses will still fight flyers. They will still fight you. And they will hit you. I tested this with lots of different kinds of dinos. It seems very fair. So, we also have the rates on our server. They're a little bit above normal for an official server. We made it so resources are just a little bit higher, but the resources around you come back significantly faster. And with more damage, you end up having a decent thing. So like this guy right here, we're running at, 360% damage. Also, we have different boosted stat numbers for our server. Some of these may not be correct. They may be still from me testing purposes. Now, that's just punching a tree. On single player, we get a little bit of a mixed result when it comes to some of the resources. So, all of the testing for the resources has been on the server end itself and then modified. It is a lot better than that, and they don't respawn. You know, they take a little bit. They may be back in like 20 to 30 minutes on a server. So you can find yourself near a metal node and actually produce off of that metal node pretty well. You can build fairly close to stuff without having you're kind of like denying the resources in the area. Another thing we will have on the servers is a island, a scorched earth, an aberration, and then extinction come November 6th. With all four of those maps, we'll be clustered and locked out of all the other servers, so you won't have to worry about people cheating and coming in with different characters or dinos that are higher or different levels. These will all be on the server and then came from the server. Many of these aspects, I invite you to actually bring friends to come play with, and if you find a mod that fits these quality of life things that we're doing for the server, or is something that will fit into a player versus player setting, come bring it, play, and find cool things on the server. You know, it's a PvP server. That doesn't mean you have to fight your neighbors the whole time, but they may fight you. So, thanks for watching, and hit us up on the Discord with some more ARK news or information, stuff that you want to do. Thanks.